I'm on my way to meet Tobias. Anyone who watched my last video of him will know that that means it's going to be a pretty tough day for me. We're heading back out to Kent today to take on a completely different loop. In fact, Tobias is in charge of today's route, and it's a loop I've never done before, so I'm looking forward to some new lanes. Tobias being in charge of the loop obviously means, though, that it's not going to be incredibly easy. And there is a dark red line on the commute elevation profile, which means very steep climb. Decent chance that I'm going to have to get off and push my bike up that, I reckon. I think it's about 65k loop. Decent amount of climbing. The sun is shining, although it is pretty cold. But yeah, should be a lovely day. 65k loop. Let's go. You got any gossip for me since we last rode? Back riding with the almost Dr. Tobias Ravel.
Not any closer to being a doctor since we last spoke.
You've had about 2 weeks to reflect on your Brewdog selection as favourite chain restaurant. Can I ask you what your favourite chain restaurant is?
Yeah, that's a good question. Oh no, well, the Brewdog have problematic employment practices.
How are you feeling about that?
It was not my selection, Greg's was my selection. And I have really been thinking about it. The thing is, I'm not really a chain restaurant type of guy, right? I'm a buy local kind of guy. So Greg's is my best and final answer, Chris.
You don't want to phone a friend?
I don't have any friends.
You're in charge of the route today. You're taking me somewhere I've never been.
We're going to do Woldingham Valley first. It's a beautiful little valley. And we're going to climb Chalkpit, which I don't think you've ever done.
I've never done it, but I did notice on commute it's a dark red line.
It's a very dark red line. Very steep. It's about 1.5 km, 2 kilometers long.
What percentage?
20% the steepest, around 6 or 7 at the shallowest.
Commute said it was 11%, Tobias. So I left the house, looked at commute, and it said about 11%, which I thought that's pretty doable. Tobias is now saying 20% at its steepest, which for me is considerably less doable. So I've gone from confidence, joy, looking forward to a relatively easy ride, to dread. He's definitely up in the pace today. Police dogs at work. Going fast today, aren't you? Last ride with Tobias, we turned the left down there, but this is where the route changes for me, and we go straight on, more westerly and more south, almost towards Surrey. So yeah, looking forward to what this looks like. Tobias, you plan a lot of routes with London Velo. What makes a good route?
Good length, something that's quite balanced, like you don't want a bunch of just climbs in a row. Roads they're familiar with because people are comfortable, but also something new, so there's a bit of variety. Ideally off main roads, but good road conditions. Main thing if you're putting together a route for a club ride is check the route yourself before you send 30 other people down it only to find there's roadworks or...
So when you planned a route, you literally would go out and like ride it yourself and make sure it's decent?
Yeah, especially if it's new, and a really new route. It's actually what we're doing today. We're going to do this route on Sunday with the club. Check there's no roadworks, check there's no holes. Check that a very slow rider can complete it. As you can probably see from the old rain on the goggles, it's raining. I've got the jacket on. Can't believe I've called Tobias a full kit wanker when I'm wearing Albion jersey, Albion gilet, Albion raincoat. Just calling out my own hypocrisy, buddy. Called you a full kit wanker and I'm Albion. I've got Atticus bibs, so I'm not full kit wanker, but I ain't far off. What's wrong with wearing a full matching kit?
It's funny because in football, wearing a full kit is really sad.
Yeah.
But in cycling, wearing a full kit is really cool. I've got a football heritage, you know?
There is a difference. I would say, I think if you're wearing like a full team kit of a pro team you're not on, that's a bit much. But wearing just like commercially available consumer stuff, why is that weird?
I just feel like if I'm wearing...
It's like wearing a matching tracksuit. Like
wearing Adidas t-shirt, Adidas shorts, Adidas socks and Adidas trainers is still pretty sad.
I don't think it's sad, that's cool. We're going to go down a really steep hill and we might want to...
We love a viaduct, aqueduct, we love a train bridge. I always see you eating and think that's a bad sign, here comes a climb. Fair? So what's London Velo Cycling Club? How does someone, after watching this video, ride with you?
Best way is to get in touch
on the Instagram or via Facebook. We have social rides every 2 weeks with different categories of riders. So if you're just beginning, that's fine. Or if you're more experienced, that's fine, or in the middle or whatever. And you always get a ride leader, so someone helping you out. I usually lead the A's or B's, which are the faster groups.
Humble brag.
And it's like you can do the first 2 or 3 rides for free just to try it out. And if you like it, you're encouraged to join through British Cycling. And I think it's a total guess, but I think it's about 15 quid a year. It's not a lot.
And it's based in Deptford, South East London.
It's based out of Deptford, South East London.
There we go. If you've seen this banter and thought, I want some of that,
Oh, love it.
then head down to London Velo Cycling Club. Fortnightly rides every Sunday. And you too can watch that ass bounce.
Tell me how it was today. Domesticate the way slap up and coffee smells delicious. I can't take it.
Is this the moment all that descending comes to a very sharp and sudden end?
Yeah, but then it's all descending after this. We do all the climbing in one go.
I've never trusted the sentence and then it's just downhill all the way. So this is another one of your London Velo Cycle Club climbs and you're going to absolutely belt it up here.
I'm going to belt it up here, yeah. It's quite a short climb. It's very steep.
I don't even know what I prefer, long and shallow or short and steep.
You might be just spinning like crazy.
I can't spin like crazy because my gears are not, they don't let me do that. I think for most people they're climbing gears. They're climbing gears but they're not climbing legs.
Are you saying you're a sprinter?
I don't know what I am. So Tobias is off hammering it up Chalkpit. He said this is one of the climbs that he actively tries to avoid, and that's a man who likes climbing, so I think this could be maybe like the hardest climb I've ever done, which I really wasn't psychologically prepared for. So I think I could have to push my bike up here.
I can't take it. When you tell me what you need, I can't take it. I'm going into the street, I can't take it. I'm going into the street, I can't take it.
Nothing looks steep on the GoPro, but this is just silly, I can't be bothered.
I can't take it. When you tell me what you need, I can't take it.
What's the point in that?
How good is that for you?
I just don't get the appeal. What's the point?
It's pretty good when you're not pushing it. That was a test, that.
That was proper rain, wasn't it? Look at your half tone.
It changes colour.
That's why you pay so much for it, isn't it?
Not a great success. Jack's new band play at the train, so sadness thickens every
Golf course. You might find me and Dan there in the coming weeks.
carrot. A great success. Staring in the eyes of the dog of that and how can I tell what I love as he makes a mess on the floor? As I wrap his head in a sandwich bag, how can I tell what I love? How can I tell what I love?
60k, wind, rain, walking up a hill.
Oh, I didn't walk up a hill.
We've got no proof that you didn't walk up a hill.
This is fair. It's a very steep hill. It's probably not much faster to ride it than walk it.
You did still look very dead by the time I got to the top.
Still recovering. I'm still suffering.
I made a lot of amateur mistakes in that ride. I've still got 3/4 of a bottle of water that I've just been carrying around unnecessarily. I've still got a sausage roll and a brownie in my back pocket. I'm soaking wet despite the fact I've got a rain cape in my pocket. Just made a real hash of that. And I pushed up a hill. Any words of wisdom so I can stop being such an absolute mess?
I definitely eat. The other stuff you can probably get away with.
I am starving.
Yeah, if you're hungry, it's too late.
Any final thoughts, reflections, riddles, jokes, words of wisdom, parting messages?
The sum of all natural numbers is -12, and I really hope that I've got less than a 6-minute time up Chalkpit. But we'll find out when I go home.
If you've never worked with academics before, it's a lot of that kind of nonsense. Bye! Another very pleasant ride with Tobias. I'm filthy, the bike's filthy, my foot's numb. I'm actually not too tired, but I guess that's because I pushed up the hardest bit of the ride. Cheers to Tobias for planning that route and showing me lanes I've never been to before. Much appreciated as always. If you've made it this far in the video, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Lots of cycling videos and some sport adjacent stuff as well at the minute. Hit the like button so the algorithm does its thing. And thanks for watching. Cheers.
A washing machine filter, not a great success.
Probably about 20%. Speed bumps are preventing your YouTube career. I feel like they're a direct block.
I assure you it's not just speed bumps preventing the YouTube career, my friend.